Right. The third round goes to Sonnen. Round 4, Anderson comes out much stronger again.
Again, he's identified.
It's now 3 rounds to 0.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're all just in shock in our house. What's going to happen here? They start doing some exchanges again, but again Anderson gets caught. Chael gets a hold of him. Somehow I couldn't figure out why Anderson continued to throw kicks, especially to such a seasoned wrestler that they're just trained to, whenever they see a leg or if there's some limb to latch onto, they're going to.
Yeah.
They didn't stay away from him. He didn't look as quick to me as he normally did. Anderson.
Because there's nobody more evasive than he is.
Well, remember after the first round,
he wasn't evading.
When he was standing up, I remember I said to you, he was patting his ribs for something. I said, oh, he's got his ribs are hurt.
Yeah.
Which we didn't know anything about at that time. He was pointing to his ribs. So then round 4 was the same thing. Anderson tried to strike with him, throwing punches, but then Chael got a hold of him.
Down they go.
Down they went.
And now we were really starting to lose hope.
Oh, I had given up for Anderson at this stage.
Yeah.
Because I knew that he was gassed and he hadn't been able to strike and really hurt Chael. Although from the ground, though, he had opened up Chael.
A couple of elbows
Chael
to
looked
the
like
head.
he had been the one on the receiving end of his own beating.
Yeah.
Bloodied.
Gash over his eye.
Huge gas from some elbows underneath.
Because that's what I kept saying. Do something from the ground. He's still got some vicious power down there. And so much of the time he was just
But it's hard on the ground to get power
there.
because you're on your back. And so he had, Anderson had, for the first 4 rounds, attempted some submissions from the bottom, trying to get him in a triangle, an arm bar.
Just nothing was happening for him.
They're sweaty, getting bloody, and they're slick as the fight went on. So,
okay, round
5th
5.
round, we're thinking this is Anderson's...
We're thinking 5th round, and he's only got whatever time he can stay standing with him.
Right. To this point, he's not been able to... Well, even I think it was in round 4, Anderson came out aggressive, took Chael down. Remember, he knocked him down and got on top of him and was controlling, and then Chael flipped it like a wrestler. That's where the wrestler just completely flipped it over. Oh.
That was it.
Chael's got it.
Okay, so last we're thinking however long they can stand.
He's got 15 to 20 seconds at the opening of the round.
And we did never give up that Silva could knock you out at any time.
Oh, always.
From anywhere. Weird position.
Some weird Bruce Lee spinning elbow, you know.
Was always a possibility.
Right. So they start the same way they had.
And this is it.
Fights, strikes.
But then he falls.
He slipped.
He slipped himself.
Chael threw it right. It didn't connect. Anderson slipped, fell back to the cage.
And there it went.
Chael pounced on him, like he should. Chael had an immaculate, perfect game plan. Fantastic. Showed the blueprint for how you fight Anderson Silva to give your chance the shot to beat him.
Right.
You saw a huge flaw in Anderson's game of a top tier wrestler. Once they're on top of you,
could control
Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
So we thought.
Yeah.
So they're on the ground. It's just time is ticking away. 3 minutes are gone.
I've never seen him take such a beating.
No, I've never seen him take a beating.
He didn't bleed.
No.
What's up with that?
No, Chael's bleeding. Then with 1:10 to go.
Wait, just side note. I said.
Oh, she said the whole time.
I did. You never know.
You never know what's going to happen.
He could get an arm bar or throw up a triangle.
Something.
Hope upon hope.
Hoping for something.
I
had already given up.
Down.
Yeah, as soon as Chael got on top of him in every round, I thought, oh God, he's
I didn't want
won.
the match
to be
over.
Chael has the championship. He has it locked up. All he has to do is just lay on him.
He earned every bit of that.
He beat him. He completely. My biggest problem. I always say a champion. You have to beat a champion. You don't split decision a champion. Let's go back. Forrest Griffin and Rampage. He didn't beat Rampage to win that.
I think so
he got the voting guessing game victory.
Yeah.
Frankie Edgar BJ Penn, he didn't take that belt.
No, he didn't.
He was given that belt by the judges.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He put up a good fight, but it wasn't a
just
take the belt
me,
kind of
it's
fight.
not as satisfying when you're kind of given a belt. I feel like for a championship, you got to take it, you got to earn it. Sonnen had done that.
God,
hands down, he had earned that belt. He had won that belt. He had beaten the unbeatable.
He backed up what he said he was going to do, and he did it.
So here we are.
And here comes a leg.
1:10. Here comes the leg up in just a matter of seconds. To Chael's credit to his demise, he even said it in the post-fight press conference. Someone had asked him, why didn't you just lay on him for the last minute? He said, you don't know how much time you have left. What not. He goes, and he said it right. He goes, if you lay on someone and don't work, they'll stand you up. And I didn't want to be, who would want to be stood up? That's Anderson's, strength.
Right.
So he stayed busy. So
he did.
Staying busy, Joe alluded to it the whole time. You staying busy, you put your limbs in harm's way to a jiu-jitsu guy, and he had his head down, his arms in there, Anderson threw the leg up, and a last-ditch attempt for the triangle that he'd been trying the whole time on his back, and he got it sunk in. And he got it sunk in, latched it down,
in the blink of
his eye, pulling his head down, but then Chael wasn't done. Chael then got to his feet.
Yeah.
Joe said he did exactly what he was supposed to. You try to stand up to move over it.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like he slipped out of it a little bit, and it turned into kind of a triangle, arm bar kind of combo kind of thing, and it was locked in there. And then Chael, for that brief second, that hand, the submissive hand, hit that thigh one time.
Right.
I think he even did the holy shit, I just
Right,
tapped.
right.
I don't want to tap again.
Maybe he didn't mean to.
But that was a tap, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't a punch.
Right.
It wasn't anything but a tap.
Right.
And was it Rosenthal was the ref moved in.
He saw it.
He saw it. Chael, even they all just.
I don't think anybody could believe it.
No.
Because we're all stunned watching this great champion go down, which just none of us thought could happen. No. I've never known who's going to ever beat him.
No one. So
I don't think anybody could believe what we were saying.
Silva pooped out the victory. Squeaked it out, and we were all amazed. We were screaming in the house.
Yeah.
And
our 7-year-old was trying to sleep.
Yeah.
That's a tap.
Right.
That's a tap.
Right. And Anderson, Chael, the two guys beat
I just couldn't believe it.
The battle, each other out, and then to hug.
Anderson Silva comes out on top.
That
yet again.
So just an amazing fight card. UFC 117 gets us ready for the next UFC 118.
We were a wreck.
Right.
Took me a while to come down.
So who's now? What we don't know, which would seem fitting if they did an immediate rematch of the two, maybe.
Be fantastic.
Chael had a great line after the fight in the press conference. They talked about a rematch or whatnot, and he was still his same brash.
But graceful. I thought he was graceful.
Very graceful. He said no animosity, ill will towards Anderson Silva, and wished him a good life. But said fighting Anderson Silva is like eating Chinese food. You love it, but 20 minutes later you want to do it again. He said he was ready to go and fight him right now, and I believed him.
And Anderson Silva looked like he'd not even been in a fight. He didn't have
looked like he was
no
ready
mouth,
to go home. Nothing.
No
amazing.
blood. No.
Right.
What is that?
I saw a tweet from Kurt Pellegrino said Chael Sonnen's face looked like Anderson Silva's face should have looked.
Should have looked. I mean, he just took such a beat down.
He did. So great card. Loved it. We were up for another 2 hours just on adrenaline alone.
Yeah. I'm going to troll and watch the after
So get us up to
press
speed
conference.
on the next fight.
Do we have time?
Yeah, we have time. Probably a couple minutes.
Okay, so next UFC 118.
Yes.
Which this one we'll be more ready for our little vlog here.
We have 45 seconds.
All right. Edgar and Penn.
Edgar and Penn,
I'm pulling for Penn. I want him to have the belt back.
Total respect for Edgar. He stayed busy and active in that fight, even though I don't think he won.
Yeah.
This is
We'd
the
like
time
to see Penn
BJ's got to put up or shut up.
Yeah. You better bring it. Couture and Tony.
Eternity, Never Die, Couture going up against James Toney. Boxer coming into MMA.
I'm loving to see that. Okay.
Couture's going to win that one.
Kenny Florian.
Maynard. I can't wait to see this fight. Love Florian. Love Maynard. That's a toss-up.
It'll be the striker versus the wrestler there
again.
And Davis and Diaz. You don't like Diaz, but I like
I'm not a big Nate Diaz fan.
Yeah, so I'm pulling for Diaz.
So that's it. We'll see you guys next time.
See you
UFC 118.